10 minutes long this. You'll notice that I'm very sweaty. Okay, that's because I've just done a tough workout with some of my gang. I want you to do this workout after an intense workout. So some of the cardio ones that I've done with you in the past, all right, will be ideal. Or if you've been for a run, do this, gang, okay? It will so improve your performance all the time. It'll prevent you from getting injured, okay? It'll help aid recovery, and it will just make you feel so much better. Okay, so there's no warm-up in this. We're just going to go straight into the moves, okay, because I'm already warm. If you come back from the run, you're going to be really warm. One of the big things that we neglect in life, and I've said this to you guys before, is our ability to be flexible in our muscles, okay, and it's a fantastic way, okay, to help you, especially as we get older. You know, I'm a young guy anymore, but I can compete with quite a lot of young guys. And the reason that is one, okay, I'm dedicated to training, and two, okay, do a lot of kind of flexibility workouts, lots of yoga, lots of Pilates and those types of things, and I stretch regularly before and after my training, okay, and it allows me to do many of the things that I could do when I was 21, okay, and some of them I can do better than I did when I was 21, okay, so it's important to kind of stick this into your routine, guys. All right, so first exercise, all right, feet together. I'll show you from the front and show you from behind. We're going to hold quite a lot of these postures, okay, and really feel the stretch and try and push into the stretch reflex. So first one, legs are straight, back is straight, we reach right down towards the toes, okay, so I've got my fingers under my toes, all right, because I'm nice and loose this morning, so my legs are staying straight, there's no bend in my legs, and I'm going to hold this stretch here, all right, and whilst I'm holding it, I'm just going to breathe. And I'm going to clear my mind of all the nonsense. Just breathe, hold the stretch. Now I can feel the stretch reflex. You stay in that position, just show you from the side. I can feel the stretch reflex in my hamstrings. Okay, but that stretch reflex will start to settle down. And once it does, I'm going to try and push into it a little bit more. I'm going to push my head towards my knees. I'm going to try and get more of my hands on the floor. Okay, so hold that stretch. Right, I feel it easing off now. My hands are going flatter. My head is going towards my knees. Trying to keep my legs as straight as I can. Pushing my legs up and out. Yeah, so there's a temptation to bend. I'm trying to not lock out my knees, still want to be soft in my knees. Try and hold it. Again, that stretch reflex kicks back in. You feel the stretch. Feel it in my calves a little bit as well, my hamstrings. Hands are flat now. Head is pretty much close to the knees. Okay, slowly come out of that posture. Alright, cool. Next one. Just a little shake off. Give it a little pause. Okay, so quad stretch now. So we're going to do standing ones and we're going to do floor ones. We're going to bring in the hip flexor. So this is a very basic stretch. If you're losing your balance, just grab hold of a wall or a chair. Okay, this is not particularly hard. Just breathe, hold the stretch. Okay, so now you're going to push the hip flexor. Now, so this takes a little bit more balance, a little bit more control. Okay, and then this arm wants to come forwards. So now it becomes a little bit more tricky. Okay, and it comes a little bit more testing, especially for our balance on that single leg. Might wobble and twitch a little bit, which is cool. I'm trying to push this shoulder back as well, trying to get my shoulder stretched at the same time. Push a little bit more into that. I can. Holding that. Lovely. Now draw that knee forwards. Okay, both hands. Push that in. Get that hip flexor going. Alright, swap sides for me. So just a basic one. I always find one side is a little bit more comfortable with stretching than the other. Balance is always a little bit better on one side as well. So pull back, this arm can come out, Notice this shoulder's a little bit looser than the other shoulder. A bit frustrating sometimes. Years of boxing, that, I'm afraid. Carrying rucksacks in the army. Good, okay, so before we go into the floor one, just do a little shoulder one. So lean forwards into what we call flat back. So kind of like this. So you don't want no hunch in your back. You want to engage it, okay, so the back is flat. Very common mistake. People, especially when they do like dead rows and stuff, you see that posture. Alright, you're like, flames coming out of your back here. So if you engage it, okay, it's a little bit better. Bring the arms up like this. You know, looking in the mirror when you're in the gym, there's always mirrors. Don't think that you're stupid looking in the mirror, okay? You're focusing on your form, focusing on your technique. This is going to raise your performance. Just pull those shoulders back. Oh, that one, quite a challenging one. Gonna bring these arms up, pull them back. Lovely. Okay, so go onto your bellies now. Okay, and this is a better way to stretch your quads. You will feel it a lot more. So, lie flat. So I've got no music on. Okay, so I always find play some like chill out music when you're stretching. Kind of like chills your brain out and your mind out as well. We know we're all kind of susceptible to kind of the stresses and strains of life. All right, from work and from family life and whatnot. And I just think sometimes when you're stretching, which is great physically, it aids your body. If you put a little bit of calming music on, a little bit of chill out music, rather than like kind of that high intensity stuff, you know, it's just great. Top Gun soundtrack's quite good. This one, or some of the tracks, there is some, but you know, the main one though, if you know what I mean. Good. Bring that back up. Oh, great one for the back. This. Hold that. Okay, lie flat again. Bring the arms back and then push the shoulders up. Okay, this is a great one for those posterior upper shoulder muscles, middle of the back muscles. Oh, feel that one. Then you put your hands on your bum, but have your palms up, okay? And then push and squeeze. You'll feel those rhomboid and shoulder blades coming together. And this really stretches your vertebra. Feel that one. Good one. Alright, little wrist one now, so stay in that position. Okay, you see there on the camera. Have your fingers pointing away now. Okay, don't put too much pressure on your hands to start with. Alright, and then just push back, you've got that back stretch, and then just push your hands to the floor. You've got a nice little wrist stretch there as well. Oh, feel that one. Ooh. Good. Okay, child's pose, nice easy one, nice relaxing one. In this particular one, I just like to just rest my head and just breathe. You can sense your lungs expanding and contracting. And especially if I've had a stressful day, trying to get rid of all that nonsense in my mind. Every time I exhale, I'm trying to think in my head. All that negativity that we sometimes have is just kind of being expelled from my body. Okay, good. Feet together for me. Okay, draw one leg in, keep hold of that knee, and then let me just sit back so you can see. Grab hold of the toe if you can. You know, some of you might not be able to touch your toes, it doesn't matter. just reach towards them. Some of you might be able to get, half of your forearm past your toes. Just depends on how flexible you are, especially if you've got like a dancing or a gymnastics background. Your flexibility will be great. I so wish that I'd done more of this when I was young. I really do. Years playing football and rugby, I would do 2-3 stretches before you just crack on, lad. And I know there are areas that I need to improve on all of the time. But my flexibility is a lot better than what it was. Touching my toes and things like that 4 or 5 years ago would have been a big effort, and it still is for many people. Many people I train with, especially fellas who've played competitive sport, and not as meticulous as women when it comes to focusing on flexibility. Okay, good. So now bring the feet together, point the toes, and then reach towards those toes, guys. Hold it. So I'm not a million miles away from the toes there. I could probably touch them with them pointing towards me, but when I take them away, I'm about 2 inches away. I'm going to see now if I can get into it a little bit more. So like we did earlier when we was holding it, I'm going to hold this one just a little bit longer. Push the head down towards the knees. Hold. I can feel the stretch reflex slowly easing off, and that's my cue then to think, big deep breath in. Can I push into it anymore? Yes I can, no I can't. In this case I'm going to try. Touch more, I'm close to my toes now, and I can feel that stretch. Oh man. Oh. And there now. Oh, just got a little bit too much from this, I've just come out of it. But in the end, it was about 2 inches initially, but as it's felt it's just kind of easing off, I was able to go further and further and further. Okay, sometimes what we do pair flexibility. Okay, this is hopefully something that I'm going to do with the gang once we get back at the end of some of the sessions. On social distancing rules have kind of been relaxed and we can get back to some kind of normality. We use like a little rope and we can stretch each other so we can get to that point where we think we can't go anymore, but by just having that little bit of assistance from a colleague or a partner, we can actually get those muscles pulling that even further than they were before. So hope to introduce that at some point in the future. Alright, so a couple of runners lunges ones, and then we're going to do the big split leg ones. Determined one day to be able to do the splits. For some people is a piece of cake, but for many it's a massive effort. So if you can do it, respect to you. Okay, so little runner's lunge, bend into it, pushing down and pushing my heel away. Feel that stretch. Great for the hips, this. I have a bit of a tight hip on the right side. Okay, so bring that leg up. Oh, without sliding. So into a single leg down dog. I'm pushing this leg up as high as I can, trying to keep it straight, whilst pushing my heel in on this foot. So I'm stretching my calf. So I've got to stretch this one. Tucking my head in, trying to stretch my neck. Oh. Back into that runner's lunge. Okay, bring the feet in and then just sit. Try and keep your heels flat on the floor. Sometimes the heels want to push up, and then just lean back for me. Little stretch there. Other side for me, gang. So try and make the effort to stretch after your workouts. I know we're a bit time conscious in life, but it just adds so much to your game, it really will. Set that leg up. Kick it back. Now sometimes you can bend the leg. Okay, which will open up the hip a little bit more. Quite like that stretch as well. Pushing that heel into the floor, holding that stretch. Okay, relax. Alright, let's finish on the split challenge. Okay, so get your legs as wide as you can. Again, we're going to try and hold this one. If I feel like I can go into it more, you'll see me edging further and further away. We'll try it with flat hands, and then we might bring the elbows in as well. It'll all depend on how I feel in terms of my own flexibility. So get the legs nice and wide. Alright, hands flat. Hold that. Just breathe normally, sit into it. See what we get, gang. Trying to keep my feet as flat to the floor as I can. I can feel that beauty. So I'm pushing my bum down. I can feel the stretch. Okay, it's hurting too much to try and go any further for me now. So I'm just going to try and relax and breathe. See what we get. Right, so what I'm going to try and do is bring the elbows to the floor now, which will allow me to just get into it a little bit more. That is definitely hurting now. But the key is to try and stay relaxed. Oh, okay. Oh, slowly inch myself out of it. There you get you. And then finally, the acid test, when it always comes to flexibility, kind of touch my toes. Right, it's easy now for me. Okay, touching my toes is a piece of cake. Okay, I could do it before anyway, but now I can easily do it. So I'll probably find that my range from when I first did it before, which I could do anyway, is a little bit better. You'll probably find that yourself. So that's a little stretch workout, gang. I've shown you other stretches before. Okay, like I say, put a little bit of chill out music on. Okay, nothing too rhythmic with too much of a beat on it, and then just focus on your breathing when you're doing it. And what you'll find is not only is your body more relaxed and more at ease, but your mind is as well. And sometimes we neglect the fact, not everybody. We have, I'm quite a positive person, but I've not always been that way. All right, but sometimes we let the world get to us. Okay, and doing these stretches and these little breathing exercises are fantastic for just clearing out the cupboard and emptying it again, so you can reset yourself for the following day. Enjoy this one, gang. Okay, slowly, surely, going back to a little bit of a normal routine. We're still a million miles away from where I want to be, which is kind of back with you guys, training face to face. But let's hope, fingers and toes crossed, somewhere in the future that can happen. Enjoy your day, gang, and I'll see you all later.